6 o'clock on your post Monday.
I love that.
We made it past Monday. Hi friends, I'm Tim Pham.
And I'm Channing Curtis. I am definitely stealing that from now on.
We have Friday Eve.
We have
now
post Monday.
Post Monday.
This is all a vibe. Meteorologist Thomas Patrick is also bringing the good vibes and all of that good sunshine and a whole lot of warmth.
This is definitely going to make Tuesday a lot better because the secret for us is we're not big fans of Tuesday because we kind of lost that weekend sleep by now. So I kind of like post Monday, but at least the weather looks amazing for this Tuesday overall. The skies are perfectly blue and our temperatures are already climbing even with that first hour of sunshine under our belts. 58 degrees, it's about 10 degrees warmer than it was at this point yesterday morning. So that is how warm it's going to be today. It probably ends up about 10 degrees warmer overall. It's back into the 50s now in Coeur d'Alene as we just hit 6 a.m. here. Should be in the 60s by 8 a.m. no problem. 87 for the high today. So that is much warmer than it was yesterday in what is likely going to be our warmest day of the week.
To breaking news this morning, Major Crimes now investigating a shooting in northeast Spokane. This is a live look right now. According to Spokane police, a daughter called 911 this morning saying that she shot her father. That's new information we just got within the last 30 minutes. Police say right now she is detained and being questioned. Police haven't given much more information at this hour. We're waiting to find out more and gathering new details. We'll keep you updated here on KREM.com and here on Up with KREM. Meanwhile, new details this morning. Spokane police arrested a suspect in a string of suspicious fires in downtown over the weekend.
Now, he just appeared in court for the first time yesterday. Investigators say Chad Horn lit 4 fires on Saturday. Court documents show that he set fires on West Adams Street, Riverside and Walnut, Red Band Park, and Main Avenue. Surveillance video shows a man leaving each location where the fire started, and then documents show investigators were able to match Horn to the person in those videos. All of the fires were quickly put out, but Spokane Fire says it could have been a lot worse.
The big thing for us, the fortunate thing is that the winds, we had the winds forecasted for Sunday. These fires happen on Saturday, so had they happened on Sunday with those winds, could have been a different story.
In his first court appearance yesterday, Horn kept his head down and begged the judge for mercy. But the judge determined that he set the fires with malicious intent and set bond at $100,000.
With just a few days until the largest 3-on-3 tournament in the world, Hoop Fest celebrations are officially here. That's why KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones is live in downtown Spokane for us. So Brandon, you've got some insider information about some of the festivities happening today, including the Numerica Cash Dash. Good morning.
Good morning, Tim. Yeah, the time has officially come. I'm standing by with Chelsea McGuire right now with Numerica, and she's got the key to everything you need to know right now. Chelsea,
yes.
What do we need to know?
So we are dropping the very first Cash Dash ball of the week.
Right.
It's very fun.
Yep.
And so it's really simple. I'm going to hide it right now in plain sight.
Yep.
And if the first person to get here, all I need you to do is just take this card, scan the QR code, and find out how much money you've won. It could be anything between $50 and $1,000.
Yeah.
So we're posting the hint on Instagram right now.
Posting it on Instagram right now. I want to take a picture of this myself so I can document this moment. As you get that picture up, I want to take a picture as well down here of the ball. But this is what you guys need to know in terms of being able, and you say people will come and they find these because this is their 6th year doing this, right? They find them fairly quick, right?
Yes.
Okay.
It can be minutes. Sometimes it takes a little bit longer, but I know it's a little early in the morning, but so there's a good chance that the first person that comes here will likely get that ball.
Alrighty. And then, so how many in total will you all be hiding over the course of the next few days?
We're hiding 25 total, and that is across Spokane. So there's going to be in all the different corners of Spokane, North Idaho. That is also in Tri-Cities and Wenatchee. So they're all throughout the day, starting in the morning, throughout the day, also into the evening, to give people the opportunity to participate.
Absolutely. How exciting is that to be able to, kick off this major event that we have here right in Spokane, Hoop Fest, of course, and to be a part of that?
Yeah, so Numerica really loves partnering with organizations that make Spokane a beautiful place to live, work, and play. And since Hoop Fest is such an amazing opportunity for people to come together, Numerica is honored to be a part of it. And this is just one way that we can also give back to the community that participates in it. So it's a fun way to earn a little little bit of money and get excited about Hoop Fest.
All right, and we'll still have you got it posted. Is it officially
It's
posted?
up there.
All right, it's officially posted. Tim Channing Thomas, you're not allowed to come and find this one. I don't know about the other ones that will be hit eventually over the next few days, but you've already got your hints. But go and follow the Numerica Instagram page, and then if you're out there watching right now, maybe you come and find this ball, the very first one.
Yeah.
We appreciate you, Chelsea.
All right,
Thank you so
thank
much, and we'll toss it back to you all in the studio.
Brandon, I wonder if someone's going to show up during your shot there. I
Right?
didn't realize you were going to hide it live on the air, so our viewers got some insider details
They
there.
did.
Right, no, isn't that such a cool opportunity? We got a chance to hide the very first ball here for the Cash Dash with Numerica, so that's super exciting. I'm looking around to see if anyone's going to be running up here pretty soon, but I know probably within the next 10 minutes or so, someone's probably going to be here to claim this prize.
Oh my goodness, so fun. All right, Brandon, thanks so much. We'll check back in a little bit later. The time now is just about 6:07. Let's take a look at your morning rush. More news in less time. New details this morning in the plane that landed at Horizon Middle School in Spokane Valley on Sunday night. The small plane had to make an emergency landing after the pilot says the plane's engine quit mid-flight. He didn't think he could make it back to Phelps Field, more than 5 miles from the school. None of the 4 people on board were hurt. This morning, the FAA is investigating. Some big college basketball news this morning. The battle in Seattle between the Gonzaga men and Kentucky will take place December 7th at Climate Pledge Arena in Seattle. Gonzaga and Kentucky are in the middle of a 5-year, 5-game series. The Zags won the first 2 meetings in the new series, but lost the last 2 games at Climate Pledge. The Wildcats are now led by former BYU head coach Mark Pope. Zag member pre-sales begin tomorrow, with tickets opening up to everyone else at 10 a.m. on Friday. And this morning, officials with Idaho Fish and Game are now asking for your help tracking the turkey population in the Gem State. The agency wants you to record any wild turkeys you spot on their website or on a new turkey tracking app. So if you see a wild turkey in Idaho, you are asked to snap a photo, report where you saw it. And then another program also put leg bands and GPS tracking backpacks on some turkeys back in April. That is a look at your morning rush.
2 years ago, the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade. The so-called Dobbs decision is still having ripple effects across the country, as well as here in Washington and in Idaho. It's putting a strain on providers as more women are seeking access from other states. Eric Wilkinson with our Seattle station takes a look at what has changed.
Doctors here say they've seen patients from 20 different states, as far away as Texas and Alabama, all coming here for abortions. At the same time, doctors are fleeing states where abortions are effectively banned.
God, we desperately need you to intervene in these lives, the lives of these women.
2 years ago today, anti-abortion advocates celebrated with prayers outside an Everett clinic. Today, the impacts of overturning Roe versus Wade are just starting to be understood.
It truly sends a chill down my spine.
Today, abortion care providers, along with Senator Maria Cantwell, called for a federal law establishing a woman's right to an abortion, telling horror stories of those who've had that right ripped away.
One survivor shared her experience of being sexually assaulted by 2 men at a frat party in Idaho, where she got pregnant and was unable to terminate the pregnancy. She was denied Plan B, and when she reported the rape, she ultimately had to have her baby and had to give it up for adoption.
Since Dobbs, the number of abortions performed in Washington surged by 18%, many of those patients from out of state. Out of state abortions rose 36% in 2023. The number of patients from neighboring Idaho, which criminalizes abortion, climbed 56%.
I would argue that it's not sustainable for half of the country to be providing care for the other half of the country.
It has a significant strain on our resources in this state, on people's time, clinic visits, hospital beds, etc.
Governor Inslee has earmarked $15 million to help alleviate the pressure on the state's abortion services. This as wait times for Washington women seeking abortions are climbing, some being delayed up to a month. In Idaho, the state has lost 22% of its OBGYNs, creating healthcare deserts, endangering women and the unborn babies anti-abortion politicians are trying to protect.
Women will lose out on access to reproductive care, something that may actually help them keep a pregnancy if they just got the right care.
The U.S. Supreme Court is expected to make a ruling on Idaho's strict abortion ban by Wednesday, certainly having a ripple effect here. In Linwood, Eric Wilkinson, King 5 News.
Now here in Washington, Governor Jay Inslee recently announced new abortion protections for those seeking care from out of state. The directive clarifies an existing state law that requires access to emergency medical treatment by specifically adding abortion services. It will require all hospitals to treat patients who may need medically necessary abortions as a complication of pregnancy or labor. UW research shows a 50% increase in out-of-state patients seeking abortion care since Roe v. Wade was overturned. In the meantime, Idaho is one of 14 states with a partial or total ban on abortion. On Monday, protesters in Boise took to the streets, saying that they're mourning the death of women's rights.
We're mourning, it's kind of like a funeral dirge for the death of women's rights. For a freedom state, women are not free in Idaho. We can't control our body.
The president of the Idaho chapter of the National Organization of Women says they won't stop until abortion care is 100% legal again.
Time is now 6:11 as we check out our weather forecast, which is going to be plenty warm for today. In fact, it feels pretty mild even right now as we just passed 6 a.m. Our temperatures are mostly in the 50s for the inland northwest, probably get into the 80s this afternoon, thanks mostly to all the sunshine that we're going to get. Not a cloud in the sky or even nearby for the inland northwest. As you look off to the west, though, this is our next storm system. It'll be responsible, first of all, for an isolated thunderstorm chance over the mountains tomorrow, and then eventually some much colder weather, or at least a bit cooler, for this upcoming Thursday. Look at this big temperature drop. We go from 86 to 72 degrees. So that's a pretty strong cold front that'll pass through. So coming up, I'm going to detail what those rain and storm chances look like, how widespread versus how isolated they'll be for those 2 days, that Wednesday and Thursday. Those details are in my full forecast coming up.